You are listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson.
Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast, and today is May 25th, 2023, and thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to youtube.com/HelloCupcakeIt'sMe to check out the YouTube channel, and then give HelloCupcakeIt'sMe.com some love. And now find me on Instagram at instagram.com/HelloCupcakeIt'sMe. It's a new account and has just a few posts, but I'm going to be updating it as often as possible. So, welcome to episode 67. And I hope y'all are doing well, and let's just get into it, shall we? So, this last Sunday was kind of a good family day. My sister ran a 5K in the morning, and then for lunch we all got together and hung out and had some really amazing Mexican food, and it was just legitimately the chef's kiss for Mexican food. And finding good, authentic Mexican in the Pacific Northwest is damn near impossible when you're a Southern California boy and you know what authentic Mexican food tastes like. Like, you have someone's grandmother back there making tortillas, wiping the sweat off of her forehead and not even washing her hands and just putting that into the tortillas. It's a gross idea, but that kind of imagery. You have generations of families back there are in the kitchen just cooking up a storm and making these beautiful dishes. So, there's a restaurant right across the street from my house that serves that kind of food. And so that's where we went. And then I had to go do some grocery shopping. And, I've just been really getting back into cooking. Whenever my mental health is really stable, I go through this domestic god phase where I want all the kitchen appliances, and I want to do all the cooking, and I want to do all the baking, and I want to make things from scratch, and I actually enjoy it. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm just really enjoying cooking and doing all of that stuff that I normally do and that I find joy in. When my mental health is at its worst, I eat like shit, absolute garbage, and there's just nothing good about it. Last night for dinner, I made homemade hamburgers, and I had fresh ingredients for everything. And usually when I make burgers at home, it's just a preformed patty, out of the frozen food section, and maybe a piece of cheese with some ketchup on a bun, and that's it. But last night, guys, I got some hamburger meat and I seasoned it really well. I cooked it up in my air fryer, and then I topped it with American cheese, and then I did lettuce and tomato and onion on just a plain bun with just ketchup and salt and pepper, and oh my god, it was freaking amazing. It was everything that I needed in the world. Didn't have any french fries or anything with it like that. I just had some corn chips, some leftover tortilla chips that I happened to have, and I made that. And the night before that, I made this boneless, skinless chicken breast, where I hand trimmed it, and I got out my good knives and I hand trimmed it, and I cut all of the bones out of it. I got all the silver off of it. That's what they call the connective tissue between the skin and the meat. It's kind of like a membrane or whatever, but yeah, I deskinned it, cut off all the excess fat, and then I put all of that into a Ziploc baggie, and threw it into my freezer so that I can make chicken stock later. And one of my favorite comfort soups is chicken noodle soup, and the best way to make chicken noodle soup is by making homemade broth. And so I have all the bones and the fat and the skin and all that other stuff left over that I can boil down and make a really good broth and just yumminess. And so, I've been baking cakes. I've just been doing a lot more domestic stuff. I'm keeping on top of my dishes. I'm trying to clean more and more. I spent all day Saturday, well, not all day Saturday, but I spent a few hours Saturday working on my kitchen, just getting that straightened up. I still have a shit ton of things on the shelves, or on the counters. I need to, get rid of, downsize, and reorganize my cabinets and just put stuff away. But, and I also need to fix my water, or my sink faucet too, because every once in a while it will leak water onto the countertops, and that just causes all kinds of issues. But yeah, I'm doing a lot better, and I'm making great strides to try to stay consistent and using this upswing in my mental health. And talking about mental health right now, I literally just got done watching a video on YouTube, and it was this guy pulled over on the side of the road who was a veteran, just crying his fucking eyes out, talking about needing continuity in healthcare, and especially in mental health care, and how he got failed by the system again because he was going to this mental health provider, and with this mental health provider, they made him change doctors or whatever after he found somebody that he really liked. And just how horrible it was, and how he had to deal with his own shit for a year and a half, 2 years. And anyone who deals with mental health, it's extremely hard to open up in the first place. But once you find a provider and a doctor that you absolutely love and you feel comfortable with, and you've gained a foothold, and then that support system's no longer there, that is so fucking detrimental. And then you have to go to another provider who knows nothing about you. And like he said in the video, I have to go to this new person and I have to open up Pandora's box and relive all that shit and work through it for the next couple of months. And I'm tired of having to relive it. I just want the continuity. And, I understand him, and my heart broke. And it was 100% why I went out and started looking for my own help when I started pursuing becoming a peer counselor and taking all of the mental health classes that I have. And I'm using a lot of what I learned to help myself, but I'm also using what I've learned to help other people. I don't have an actual practice or whatever else, because I don't know when and if my mental health is going to take a turn again, and I don't want to take on a client load and have a case like this gentleman that I just saw the video of and make them feel oh, well, there's yet another person who's let me down. So what I do is, in conversation with people, I talk to them and I hear what they're saying, and I try to offer, well, did you think about this? Or have you tried this? What solutions have you tried? And I kind of go into a shrink mode, and I try to help them find the answers and leave the conversation feeling better than when they started it. And it doesn't matter who it is, if it's friends, family, a random stranger at the bar, whatever. I sit there and I talk to them and I work shit out with them the best that I can. And sometimes people just need that moment to boo-hoo, let their guard down, and just get shit off their chest. And I hold space for them. And that is the biggest thing that we can do for people is don't always provide answers or solutions or this is what I would do or, whatever. Just hold space. Listen to the person. Let them vent because no one else in their life allows them to just vent. They don't need you to fix them or whatever else. Now, if you have a relative story or whatever, or a story that you can relate with them, I guess is the better way to put that, then by all means, use your personal experience to add to the conversation, but don't one-up them. Oh, like, you think that's bad? Well, there was this one time that this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me, but, I made it through, and blah, blah, blah. That's not helpful. That's one-upmanship. That is, like, taking their struggle, devaluing it, depersonalizing it, and pulling the spotlight to you. And that is way more detrimental because not only does that send a sign of narcissism, but then that also gives that person like, well, I'm just not valued. I'm not even valued enough for this person to hear me. I'm not valued enough for whatever, or they will start to feel like their shit doesn't matter because, oh, well, I guess I could have had it worse. Everyone deserves the chance and the platform and the respect to have space held for them. So, yeah, it sucks. And I wish that I was in a better position to where I could counsel people, but I'm just scared to do so because I know what it's like to have a counselor walk out on you mid-session. I know what it's like to sit there and for 45 minutes to an hour open up and show the deepest, darkest, most broken recesses of yourself, just to have somebody stare at you and just have that blank vacant stare, they went into screensaver mode, and once they snap out of it, it's like, okay, so how does that make you feel? Like, motherfucker, I just told you for 45 goddamn minutes how that made me feel. Like, what the hell do you... So, one of the things that I say in kidding with other people, they're like, hey, how are you today? I'm okay, can't complain. And even if I do, you're not paid enough to listen, and the people who do listen just doodle in their notebooks, and then we have a good laugh because so many people can relate to that. It's just not verbalized. Yeah, you know what? I go to my doctor and I talk to my doctor about XYZ. I go to my therapist, I talk to them about XYZ, and it doesn't seem like they do anything but doodle in their notebook. So, it's a ice-breaking comedic response that is trauma-related for me. I use comedy to mask a lot of the trauma that has happened in my life. And, I know that about myself. So, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to get off that topic because it's really heavy. But if you guys want to talk more about mental health and stuff like that, let me know. And maybe I'll do a YouTube video or a special podcast just about it or whatever. So, yeah, Tuesday. Oh, man, Tuesday. So, I had to go to the doctor Tuesday, and then I had to go to my trivia game on Tuesday. We did okay. We actually lost, so we went down a rank in the gold division. So instead of being 4th, we're down to 6th now. But you know what? It's all good. And then Wednesday, my God, Wednesday has become the bane of my existence. Like, Wednesday is my Monday. Like, so I was supposed to go meet up with this sign language group, and I had a doctor's appointment later on in the afternoon. And I get out of doing my workout at the YMCA or whatever. I go to the meetup spot. I'm sitting there. I'm getting like really excited. I'm starting to see other people like sitting around doing sign language with one another. And then I get a phone call, and it's my doctor's office. And they said, "Hey, Michael, can you come in a little bit earlier?" I was like, God damn it. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Because it was like either come in earlier or I wasn't going to be able to be seen for like another 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, you know what? This sucks, but let's go do this. So, did that, and then I had to do my Wednesday check-in video for the YouTube channel. And I need to pay better attention when I'm uploading, because the last 2 or 3 videos that I uploaded as private instead of uploading as public. And it's not until like much later in the day or the next day that I get a text message or something from one of my viewers saying, "Hey, where's your video?" And I have to go back and look, and sure as shit, it's set to private. So I gotta try to figure out how to fix that and do all that. But, yeah, so the rest of this week, I have no clue as to what I'm doing. I've been invited to go with some friends out to a campground or whatever, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. 1, because it's supposed to be extremely hot this weekend, and 2, you have to walk a mile to get to that campground, and it's like 30-something miles from my house, just one direction. And with gas being the price that it is, I honestly don't know if I want to make the drive, let alone then try to figure out how to park my car where they're all going to be at, because it's a really popular spot, and then like pack in all the stuff that I'm going to need to hang out there for the day or whatever, and then have to walk all that shit back to my car. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do, but I do know for right now that I have that as an option. At the very least, I'm going to go and hang out with my sister this weekend, maybe do some barbecue with them, and maybe go waddle around to Walmart or something. But what plans do you all have for this weekend? I'd love to hear in the comment section down below. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to wrap this up. So like I said at the beginning of the show, go check out the new Instagram account. It's instagram.com/HelloCupcakeIt'sMe. It is a newer account, like I said. So there's going to be just a few pieces of content on there until I can add more to it. And then head on over to youtube.com/HelloCupcakeIt'sMe to check out the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe over there. Make sure you join the community tab also, because there's stuff that we can talk about there. You can shoot me personal messages there, or you can send me an email, hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, I will talk to you then. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You have been listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson. Please make sure to check back often, as new episodes are released bi-weekly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send a message to hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, stay happy, safe, and keep doing the best you can with what you have been given.